the kingdom of Agboteni, in the southwestern Nigeria, legends come to life and heroes emerge from times of trouble. Among these heroes, one figure shines the brightest: Ogunkoya, the son of Ogundoja, a remarkable figure. He was not just a great warrior but also a legend whose tale spread far and wide. He was known for his bravery and wisdom, inspiring many. Ogunkoya was famous for more than just his battles with other men. His most incredible achievement was defeating a fierce lion, a beast that had terrorized the village of Agboteni. With just his bare hands and a brave heart, he fought the lion as the sun set in the horizon. Their battle was intense and full of raw energy and determination. In the end, Ogunkoya won and made a necklace from the lion's teeth, a symbol of his unbeatable courage that he always wore with pride. In every corner of Agboteni, from the bustling marketplaces to the quiet halls of the king's palace, the stories of Ogunkoya are told and retold. Children dream of becoming as brave as him. Warriors aim to match his skills, and the old speak his name with a respect reserved for the gods. Ogunkoya, son of Ogundoja, is more than just a man. He is a living legend, a symbol of Agboteni. In this land of Agboteni, where legends merge with reality, there exists an artifact of immense power and mystique: the staff of Ajani. This ancient staff is much more than just a weapon. It's a powerful symbol of authority and strength, passed down from the Ogundoja family. Crafted from the heartwood of the sacred Ojiji tree, a tree as old as the kingdom itself. The staff, surrounded by magic and mystery, its power is linked to the Ogundoja family line, a special connection built over many generations. Only those who are part of the Ogundoja family can use it safely. When someone from the family holds the staff, it comes alive with its full power and magic, becoming a strong force that can change the course of even the toughest battles. But there is a serious warning with this power. If someone who is not from the Ogundoja family tries to use it, they will be overwhelmed by a powerful and dangerous energy, which will lead to instant electrification and death. Throughout his legendary exploits, Ogunkoya wielded this staff not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of his rightful place as a leader and protector of Agboteni kingdom. Ogunkoya had two wives. The first, Adeshewa, was as graceful as the morning sun. The second, Morenike, was wise, her advice as respected as that of the most knowledgeable elders. However, even with their elegance and wisdom, their home was quiet, missing the sounds of children running and playing. They had no children to call their own. Therefore, Ogunkoya married a third wife, the beautiful and optimistic Bolanle. She was like the first flower of spring, her arrival bringing freshness and brightness to their lives. Luck favored Bolanle, and before long, she was expecting a child. A piece of happy news that spread excitement throughout their home. However, this happiness was a source of pain for Adeshewa and Morenike, as they had long been silently grieving their own inability to have children.
See how he looks at her, as if she has hung the moon. Our places in his heart and this house are threatened.
Indeed, the child she carries will eclipse us entirely. We must act, lest we fade into oblivion.
Within the vibrant heart of Agboteni, surrounded by an ancient forest full of secrets, Bolanle's destiny was about to change dramatically. On a day much like any other, as the sun rose high in the sky, Bolanle, the youngest wife of Ogunkoya, went into the forest to pick fruits. But she didn't know that Adeshewa and Morenike, jealous and bitter, had planned something evil. They paid a man, dark and deceitful, to kidnap and kill her. This man waited in the forest, ready to do his terrible task. As Bolanle picked fruits, singing innocently, the kidnapper suddenly attacked, grabbing her with a chilling grip. Terror filled her heart, and her screams were lost in the vast, indifferent forest. However, when he saw that she was pregnant, a spark of conscience awoke in him. He couldn't bring himself to harm two lives.
Brown woman, flee and never return. Dark clouds hang over you. Powerful people crave your demise, even your husband. They seek your blood and that of your unborn child for unspeakable power.
Bolanle, her heart pounding with terror and confusion, ran. She fled into the depths of the forest, driven by a deep fear and a strong desire to protect her unborn child. She ran further into the woods. For 11 long and frightening days, she wandered, lost and by herself, surviving on whatever she could find in the forest, driven by the instinct to live. During this time of desperation, fate unexpectedly led Bolanle to a source of hope. She encountered Odewole, an elderly hunter knowledgeable about the forest and kind-hearted. Bolanle was tired and one a mere shadow of her former self. However, in her eyes, he could see a strong determination and the relentless spirit of a mother fighting for survival.
Fear not, child of the forest. My home is now yours. Rest, for you and your child are safe under my watch.
Thank you, kind sir. I am lost and alone, hunted by shadows I do not understand.
In the modest home of Odewole, hidden deep within the forest, Bolanle found a sanctuary. Here, she would give birth to Ajani, a child born from love and hardship. Unknown to his father, Ogunkoya, who still stood tall as the mightiest warrior of Agbuteni. Ogunkoya, who had spent 2 long months searching for Bolanle, eventually came to the heartbreaking conclusion that she must be dead. 2 months later, in the secluded haven of the forest, a place where time seemed to share its secrets with the old trees, the critical moment arrived for Bolanle. The pains of labor filled Odewole's modest home. As the evening sun cast a golden light through the tree canopy, Ajani was born, his cries announcing the beginning of a life filled with both happiness and sadness. In her final moments, Bolanle held her newborn son close. Her eyes were filled with a deep love that seemed to go beyond the limits of life and death. She knew she didn't have much time left, and with each difficult breath, she made a heartfelt request to Odewole. This request would greatly influence Ajani's future, the child she had brought into the world with so much love.
Keeper of the forest, promise me you will keep my son safe. The world beyond these trees, it holds shadows that even the bravest warriors fear. Tell no one of his true heritage, for even his father, he cannot be trusted.
Your son will grow under my care. I vow to shield him from the storms of deceit and ambition. His secret will be safe with me.
With the last bit of strength she had, Bolanle whispered a name into her son's ear, a name that would hold great significance for him as he grew up. Ogunkoya, this name belonging to his father, would inspire both deep respect and curiosity in Ajani. As the last spark of life faded from her eyes, Bolanle entrusted her son to the nurturing care of the forest and to Odewole's kindness, confident that they would guide him through life. So Ajani grew up, hidden in the forest, his identity and lineage a secret. The stories of his father reached him, tales of bravery and strength, but always with Odewole's caution. The old hunter, true to his word, became both a father and a mentor to the boy. He taught Ajani the ways of the forest, the language of the birds, and the silence of the hunt. But amidst these lessons of life, Odewole often echoed the cautionary words of Bolanle.
Flyboy, remember the tale of the moon and the sun. Just as the moon hides its face by day, so must you hide your true self. There are forces, dark and powerful, that seek to harm you.
Why must I hide, old man? Why should I fear my own father?
In our world, my young boy, truth wears many masks. Not all who walk in the light are of pure intent. Your father, a great warrior, battles not just enemies of flesh and blood, but also those of envy and treachery.
In Agbuteni, a place of natural beauty and tranquility, There lived a princess, famous for her gracefulness, Aderunke, a vision of elegance and charm. Her hair flowed like the cascading force that graced the hills of Abuteni, and her smile could calm the most turbulent storms. Her presence was like the gentle touch of spring, bringing life and color wherever she went. Princess Aderunke, curious and young, frequently explored the forest of Abuteni, always with her devoted maidens by her side. She found peace in the forest, a refuge from the heavy responsibilities and expectations of royal life. During one of these walks, as the sunlight danced through the leaves, creating patterns of light and shadow, fate chose to intertwine her path with Ajanis. While they were walking in the forest, the peacefulness of their stroll was suddenly broken by the appearance of ruffians, emerging from the shadows with ill intent. They roughly demanded, with greed in their eyes, that the princess and her companions hand over their necklaces and other valuable accessories. The maidens were filled with fear, although Princess Aderunke stood bravely. Her heart was racing with the intensity of a battle drum. Just when the situation seemed most desperate, Ajani, who had grown into a brave and handsome young man, emerged from the heart of the forest like a ghostly figure. Thanks to the years of training under Odewale, he moved with incredible agility and strength. He quickly engaged the attackers. The fight was over quickly. Ajani moved so fast he was almost a blur, using his skills like a seasoned warrior to overpower the four men. His determined and forceful actions scared the ruffians, and they ran back into the depths of the forest from where they had come. After the confrontation, as peace returned to the scene, Aderunke and Ajani's eyes locked. In that moment, something unspoken, a spark ignited by gratitude and admiration, flickered between them.
You have saved us, brave stranger. I am in your debt.
No debt is owed, my lady. The forest is my home, and it is my duty to protect those within it.
From then on, Aderunke found reasons to visit the forest more, and Ajani eagerly awaited these meetings. Their secret romance grew by the riverside, a love pure yet forbidden. In Ajani, Aderunke found someone whose strength matched his deep soul, and Ajani saw in her a kindred spirit. Beyond his hidden past and her royal status, they dreamt of a world where love was the only rule. As time passed, Ogunkoya, the once unbeatable warrior of Agbuteni, began to feel the effects of age. The man, who was once a symbol of protection and strength, was now in the later years of his life. His once mighty physique, which had been like a strong barrier against foes, was now weakened by age and illness. This change in Ogunkoya caused worry throughout the kingdom. With Ogunkoya getting older, there was a growing sense of danger in Agboteni. Enemies who had once feared even hearing his name now saw a chance to strike. During these difficult times, a neighboring kingdom, led by a formidable warrior named Akogun, decided to act. They attacked at night, unleashing a storm of destruction and violence on the peaceful community of Agboteni. Houses were set on fire, and the air was filled with the sounds of panic and disorder as the kingdom was plunged into the turmoil of invasion. Deep in the forest, Ajani, son of Ogunkoya, knew nothing of the disaster striking his homeland. That was until destiny played its hand. A villager, fleeing from the war and fighting for his life, breathless and filled with panic, ran into Ajani among the trees.
The kingdom, it burns. They've breached our defenses. They've taken the princess. The princess, she's gone.
Upon hearing of the invasion of Agbuteni by Akogun's warriors and the abduction of Princess Aderunke, Ajani's heart was set ablaze with a sense of duty and love. Knowing the urgency of the situation, he rushed to inform Odetunde, his old mentor and father figure, of his plan to join the forces of Agbuteni and rescue his beloved princess. In the quiet sanctuary of Odetunde's abode, where the wisdom of age and the weariness of time lingered in the air, Ajani found the old man resting, his once robust frame now frail and burdened with sickness.
Father, the kingdom is under siege, and the princess, she has been taken. I must go, I must fight. My place is alongside the other warriors to save her and our land.
Fie boy, the time has come for you to step into the light. Your heart beats with the courage of your father and the love of a true warrior. Go, join the battle. Your destiny awaits you. I have seen the strength in you, the spirit of a leader. I am old, and my time draws near, but you have a journey to complete.
I will fight, Father. I will bring honor to your teachings and save the one I love. Your wisdom has guided me, and now I must use it to protect our people.
Go with the blessings of the ancestors. May your path be lit with the courage of 1,000 suns. Remember, the true strength of a warrior lies not just in his arm, but in his heart.
Hearing these words, Ajani was filled with a strong sense of determination. He bowed deeply to Odetunde, showing his profound respect and thanks, then turned to leave. As he walked out of the door, Ajani carried more than just Odetunde's hopes. He also carried the future of Agboteni in his heart, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In the midst of the fierce battle, Ogunkoya, now weakened, struggled to use the staff of Ajeniku with the power he once had. Suddenly, he was hit on the head by Akogun, and the staff fell to the ground as he was surrounded by enemies. At this crucial moment, Ajani saw his father in danger and felt an irresistible pull towards the mystical staff. With unexpected boldness, he dashed towards his father and grabbed the staff. As soon as Ajani's hands wrapped around the staff of Ajeniku, an intense surge of energy flowed through him. The staff, sensing the blood of his true lineage, came alive with a brilliant display of power. A bright light shone from Ajani, cutting through the darkness of despair around him. It was a moment of profound revelation and awe. Ajani was the true heir to Ogunkoya's legacy, proven by his connection with the staff. With the staff of Ajeniku in his hands and his heart full of love for Aderunke, Ajani transformed into an unstoppable warrior on the battlefield. His attacks were swift and lethal, his movements so fast they were just a blur as he fought his way through the enemy ranks. His goal was clear: to save Princess Aderunke from Akogun's grasp. The final showdown between Ajani and Akogun was intense. Ajani, wielding the magical power of the staff, faced off against the formidable strength of the warrior chief. It was a fierce battle of determination and power. However, Ajani, driven by his ancestral power and his deep love, emerged victorious. After defeating Akogun and saving Aderunke, the momentum of the battle shifted. The warriors of Agboteni, motivated by Ajani's bravery, united and pushed back the invaders. The kingdom, though bearing the marks of conflict, could finally breathe a sign of relief. The revelation of Ajani, being Ogunkoya's son, brought a sense of wonder and renewed hope to the people. Ajani was more than just their rescuer. He was the continuation of Ogunkoya's legacy, the beacon of Agboteni's future. After the battle, as the villagers of Agboteni were rejoicing in their newfound peace, Ajani sought out his father, Ogunkoya. "Father," he began, his voice steady but filled with the longing of years. "I am Ajani, your son." Before Ogunkoya could respond, Adeshewa and Morenike, burdened by their weight of their past actions, stepped forward, head bowed, voices trembling with emotion. They decided to reveal the truth about Bolanle's exile. As they confessed, Ajani processed this revelation about his mother. The truth stirred a mix of anger and disbelief in him, but he remembered Odewale's teachings of forgiveness and understandings.
Your actions have caused much pain, but in the spirit of healing our land, I forgive you. We must leave the past behind and work towards a future free from such fear and jealousy.
It was then that Ogunkoya, processing the confession and recognizing his son, spoke.
You carry the strength of our family. You've saved our people and filled a void in my heart I never knew was there.
In Ajani's understanding and forgiveness, and in Ogunkoya's acknowledgement, the family found a moment of healing. The reunion marked not just the coming together of father and son, but the beginning of a new chapter for their family and for Agbuteni. In the wake of the battle, as peace like a gentle river flowed once again through the kingdom of Agbuteni, the bond between Ajani and Princess Aderunke blossomed into a union of souls. Their love, which had been a flickering flame amidst the chaos, now burned brightly for all to see. In a ceremony that wove the traditions of the kingdom with the blessings of nature, Ajani and Aderunke were wed, their hearts and destinies forever entwined. Their union was blessed with the laughter of children. First came the twins, Oguntade and Oguntimehin, boys who mirrored their father's bravery and their mother's grace. Some years later, they were joined by a daughter, Olamide, a jewel in the crown of their family. Her laughter was like music that danced upon the winds of Abuteni, bringing joy to all who heard it. In the midst of his joyous life, Ajani made sure to honor the man who had greatly influenced his journey, Odewole, the venerable hunter, who had been both a father figure and a mentor to him. In the serene forest, a place where the echoes of old times blended with the sound of rustling leaves, Ajani visited Odewole's grave. It was marked only by a modest stone, yet to Ajani it represented much more, a tribute to the love, guidance, and sacrifices of the man who had nurtured and guided him.
You guided me, gave me strength, and showed me the way of honor. Your spirit lives on in me and in the laughter of my children. Thank you, Father of my heart.
Under Ajani and Aderunke's care, Agbuteni recovered from the war and prospered. The kingdom, once shaken, now hummed with peace and prosperity. The stories of Ajani's bravery, his love for Aderunke, and the staff of Ajeniku became legendary, teaching lessons of courage, love, and the power of the human spirit. Children played reenacting Ajani's battles, while elders shared these tales with joys in their eyes. The legacy of Ajani and Aderunke, along with Ogunkoya and Odewole, became timeless, a testament to love, resilience, and the bonds of family. In Agbuteni, where war had once cast a shadow, now stood a beacon of hope and joy. The stories of Ajani and Aderunke, of Ogunkoya and Odewole echoed through time, reminding everyone that even in dark times, light can emerge to lead the way to a brighter future.